What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with another episode of Manic Minds, and I'm here with the boys. As usual, we're all virtual, but this time, as if you couldn't tell, me and Corey are together in person. So it'll be a slightly different, but other than that, this usual. So let's get into it. Today, just have a wide variety of topics, things throughout the week that just hit the dome, and I started questioning things. So I wanted to bring it to the table for you guys. But the first one, actually, the biggest one we're going to talk about, has to do with the Russian dog experiment. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this or not.
I've never heard of it.
It's a pretty crazy topic. Russia, we know they're at the forefront of most weird experiments and everything. So this one was piquing my interest. Let me go ahead and screen share some of these pictures. I'll show what we're getting into. But the whole premise behind it is they experimented on dogs. And what they did with these dogs, I will show you. I'll bring up some pictures, talk through some stuff with you guys, and get your guys' opinion on a lot of it.
Okay. What we got?
All right, you guys seeing this picture?
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't, but yeah.
Cute canines, that type of stuff. Well, if you what you can't see is the half of the small dog. Well, because that half doesn't exist. This experiment was all about trying to make a two-headed dog. Here's the next one for you guys. This is the best looking photo. I mean, it looks fake, but it is 100% real. That doctor, we will get into him specifically. That looks like that. That picture right there looks like these particular dogs right here have specific names. I don't know. I didn't care to know because they didn't live very long. But it looked like the small one, the big one was named Tramp. It's just a stray German Shepherd. The smaller one, the Pomeranian looking one, looks already gone.
Yeah, it does.
And they're sitting there trying to feed him. But the whole premise was Russia started this idea with that they could keep a dog's head alive through a machine, and they actually did it. There's very haunting footage of this, which I will show Corey. Zoom. We're not smart enough to figure out how to share videos on Zoom, so we won't be able to do it today. But you see a dog's head, you see the head, the neck kind of disappear, and then all you see is tubes coming out of the head. Well, this thing, it introduces air into the bloodstream, and the bloodstream is working just on like a little pump, obviously. So it's circulating that blood through the brain and everything still to keep this dog's head alive, and that's all it is just a head. It's crazy. It can react to sounds, smells, commands. Not well, it ain't going nowhere. You could say stay and it'll listen to that command, but
They did.
yeah, you're close, bud. You're close. But no, you could tickle the dog's face and the dog would respond to it. They put some type of
Like a smelling salt.
some type of substance on his lips, and it started licking its lips.
No kidding.
Crazy haunting stuff. Like I said, if I could, as if you guys can see this thumbnail of the picture, this is exactly what the video depicts. Like that dog head reacts to things left and right because it's an active head. It's crazy. But let's get back. I'll stop screen sharing for you guys. Let me go into the specifics, who the doctor was, all that good stuff, because that is very important.
What a crazy topic
Exactly.
to
Like,
even go into.
I just seen a picture of a two-headed dog, and here we are. I was like, that's not real. It's real. But before creating this two-headed dog, it was Vladimir Demikov. He was a pioneer of transplantology. He actually coined that term of transplantology. He was a very renowned with human transplants, but as we know, most scientists like to push the envelope. got into dogs. The objective was to see if they could even keep them alive. The biggest dog that lasted was like 24 or so days. But starting in 1954, Demikov and his associates set about performing this specific surgery 23 times. So think of 23 different pairs of dogs that eventually died because they just, for some reason, wanted to fuse them together.
And didn't get it right.
There were varying degrees of success throughout, with being the 24th time that actually landed them publication. They were on the front of Life magazine. Two-headed dog. A monstrosity is what we would call it. And this was on Life magazine, sorry. But thanks to the wealth and experience, the operation took only about 3.5 hours. After the two-headed dog was resuscitated, both heads could then hear, see, smell, and swallow. In that picture I showed you with the stray German Shepherd, those were the ones that had the names. In this particular one, the small dog, anything it would eat, it would go right through the body, and there was a hole in the bottom of the dog. So if it drank water, the water would come out the bottom of the dog. It was not attached to the stomach part of it. It's insane. Like I mentioned, Demikov's longest living two-headed dog only survived 29 days. Think of that. 24 surgeries. You times that by 2 because you need 2 dogs to do it. That's 48 dead dogs that only survived less than a month. All of them. As outrageous as it sounds, a head transplant wasn't even that radical for the 1950s. And as early as 1908, a different French surgeon, Dr. Alexis Carrel, and his partner, American physiologist, Dr. Charles Guthrie, attempted the same exact experiment. Their dual-headed canine initially showed promise, but degraded quickly and was euthanized within a couple hours. There's no way to keep them alive for that long. In today's world, 2023, we still think this science is doable. Italian neurosurgeon Sergio Canavero believes that head transplant will be a reality in the very near future.
I thought it was already. I thought it happened like recently.
Well, I know they've had conjoined twins born.
I'm talking like an actual head.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Or maybe it didn't get, you know how like you get like decapitated or something?
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't all the way severed and they put it back together.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know the specifics, but there was something along the lines of this.
But
I'm honestly kind of surprised that they that any of them lasted almost a month.
I know. I got one more picture to show you guys. It's the healthiest looking one, but that's the one that degraded quickly that I just talked about from Dr. Alexis Carrel and Dr. Charles Guthrie. But in today's future, they actually want to do that with humans. Why is there a need? Like, okay, so Corey gets into an accident. His body's unusable. He'll be like, hey, Cody, let me hitch a ride on that shoulder. Let me hitch a ride on that shoulder. I need another body.
Just head in a jar.
The head in the jar type of stuff is what I'm thinking of. I don't think of like in the near future, we're going to have like Corey's head sitting right here on my neck. I think it's going to be like Krang style.
Yeah, that happened when you were born? No, I did last week.
Yeah. Yeah, Corey used to be solo. Now we're a duo.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, insane. Dr. Sergio Canavario believes that head transplants will be a reality in the very near future. He is closely involved in the first human attempt, which is slated to occur in China, where there are fewer medical and ethical regulations. The doctor said last year they have a tight schedule, but the team in China say that they are ready to do it. Humans. So while we talk about this a little bit, Brandon, Sean, I want your guys's, Corey too. It's just everybody's. What is your guys's thoughts and stuff on this? And while we talk about that, I'm just going to share one more picture with you guys. So
if I'm ever to the point where I either need a new body or a new head or a head attached to me, just kill me. Just let me die. Because that does not no. This is gonna haunt my dreams. I hope you realize that.
I was gonna say these pictures are rough, and I see what it is, and I've been trying to figure out for a while now.
You guys see this one?
Mm-hmm.
Like this one looks like the cleanest. So like it looks like both dogs are alive and actually happy.
It's
But they had to euthanize it in a couple hours.
That's so sad.
This was probably a fresh picture. It's basically as soon as this damn thing was completed, and then right after this, it probably started going downhill.
Crazy. Brandon. All right. So one of your dogs have a tumor. It's a tumor, right? So, but they said the only way you can keep one of these dogs is if this dog had another body. Would you be able to live with the fact that, I mean, say hypothetically your dogs are able to do it. Would you be able to cuddle up against a two-headed dog at night? That's twice the licking sounds you'll hear. Like, they both gonna be licking on that dog.
Got one hand.
Not yours.
Yeah, I can cuddle.
Brandon will just put his neck right there in the split, like, ooh.
Oh God, no.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't have a freak show as a pet walking around.
I was thinking, like, you see him turn the corner, you're like, oh God.
Right. Come here, boy. Boys.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't get that close to me.
Right? Is it dogs plural or dogs singular? Like,
well, dogs isn't
that's
singular.
what I mean. When you call for it, only one's going to come, but both of them are there. Like, it's a weird concept.
It's almost the idea of like two souls in one body. Like
exactly. Like if Corey was on my shoulder and I slept with someone, would he be cheating on Heather?
asking the important questions today.
Or he's like, it's not me. It wasn't me, I swear. Cody, storm out.
Walks in. He's just like, it's not what it looks like.
Corey,
I stormed out.
He wiggled.
I forgot if he even touched the cord.
But yeah, that was a funny, just a crazy rabbit hole that I found myself going down the other night, and I was like, whoa.
Those pictures they make me feel like not bad, but super sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's crazy that people can just, pick up a pair of scissors and just go to town.
Why couldn't this experiment be done with like pigeons or something? Like, why do they have to pick dogs?
Could, yeah.
Like our favorite pet.
That's so.
I've got two comparisons to this, and like, it's like a real life cat dog situation, and it reminds me of the thing from South Park with Dr. Mephisto, where he's genetically altering stuff to try to add more butts to them.
The thing I'm concerned about is the dog that's just the head part. Of course, they're not surviving because that head that's attached to the dog, it can't get any food.
Well, it's all about I read into it a little bit. I didn't want to clip the paragraph and read it because it'd be getting into, I have no clue what I'm talking about.
I'm not a scientist.
But they essentially split the lower half of the dog, but keep all the vital organs and stuff there. They didn't show pictures, but they explained how they could split the dog in half, and as long as all the stuff's connected, they can keep the dog 100% alive, completely split in half.
Yeah.
So they just stuff all that stuff inside the other dog.
So it's the head with all of its, entrails and stuff. Okay.
It has no stomach. It's not connected to the other dog's stomach. It's simply there to help keep the other head alive and supplied. It's very creepy.
It makes sense, but that is so much worse.
And then half of those pictures, why keep the other two paws of the other dog? They're just dangling.
That is stupid. I agree.
Is that dog just one day going to take over and start walking too?
He was like the dog that was the main dog was like chewing on the other paw. He was just like leaned over.
The dog's like, hey, knock it off, bitch. Go left. He's like just steering them on each side.
Like Ratatouille.
But
those pictures are vicious. It almost hurts my stomach.
oh, dude, it doesn't make you want to eat afterwards.
Especially
sure.
when you start diving deeper and they start showing more and more like graphic content.
Like that one video, I want you guys to go watch it. Just look up the two-headed Russian dog experiment. It shows a video of exactly how this experiment was even thought to be possible. Is because they kept a head, just a head of a dog, 100% live and conscious and responsive. And they show the machine it's hooked up to, how it works, introducing oxygen into it.
Seen it.
That is haunting. The dude's sitting right next to the dog banging a hammer, and the dog's ears are like, whoa, whoa.
Just like perked up, yeah.
Whoa. And it's just the head. The mouth is licking and stuff. It's very
it's like if you
haunting.
Put a green screen around the dog, like that's exactly how he'd be, but there's no second half.
Yeah, you could tell there was lack in other facial awareness because like the dog would react to the sound ear-wise, but it couldn't turn its head and look and stuff like that. Those muscles are all gone.
Yeah.
So when it would react, it would kind of just like
they're in the garbage can back there.
Look, and his ears would point toward where it's going.
That's nuts. And
we've known in history that human heads can even be responsive up to like a minute after being decapitated. So like the morbid science is stemming down a road to where we can keep heads alive Krang style. So get ready for it, guys. Like I said, here soon half of us will be in an android. Not the phone, the body.
They're not keeping none of us. We're too dumb for that.
Right. They're not keeping idiots. We're too dumb and poor to be keeping our brains.
Well, they might keep idiots. They'll keep the rich idiots. You're right.
There's been science that we can store subconscious as well onto a computer hard drive. So, I mean, it's all going down a crazy path. But anyways, let's get into my second topic, which is we'll completely turn the bus around.
I was going to say,
let's go for
is it as graphic as that?
No, not nearly as graphic. This one, very, very funny to me. We all know who Mike Perry is, correct? The right now current bare knuckle fighter.
Okay.
Used to be a big UFC guy.
Yeah.
Just a downright a beast, a dog of a man. Like this dude, he fist fights with bare knuckles every weekend just because he wants to go in there and scrap, is what he says. Like this dude's a fucking beast. So hold this thing. And we all know, even in WWE, you have your walkout song, you have your entrance and stuff like that. Well, how the UFC works is you don't talk to the guy behind the screen. You don't have an entrance video like WWE. You just simply send a text of what song title you want them to play. If it's a certain section, you have to give them the section part. But Mike Perry just sent this guy the Halo theme song. We all know that Halo theme song.
Oh, no.
The video game.
I know where this is going.
But this is what he's got. And I'll share it with you guys right now. And I want your guys' reaction, because I think what he did was pretty baller, and I shared the wrong thing. Sorry.
I already know where this is going, and
No, you don't, Sean.
Halo.
Let's watch this and let's watch his reaction.
Disciplined win, DC. I thought over Mickey Gall in June inside this very building.
What the? Showed that he has a well-rounded skill set. Hey, somebody said that this was interesting music by Mike Perry in my ear. And Mike goes, what is this song? They
so
put on the
Halo
wrong
theme
song.
They played Halo by Beyonce.
That's what I was like. That's Mike Perry. Mike just kind of rolls with the
fuck out to this song.
Mike Perry picked it.
He's embracing
I don't know
it.
what happened. He picked this
After the
song. He picked this
barbecue
song.
song.
He forgot he picked it.
He completely embraced it. He even looked back. He's like, "Is this the wrong song?" He's like, "It's the wrong song," but he said something, but pretty much saying, "I'll rock it."
Still kick his ass, yeah.
I'll still kick his ass. I like that even more. The dude has face tats. He's not trying to walk out to Beyonce.
I didn't expect him to go that far into it like that, but I as soon as you mentioned Halo, I'm like, oh god, it's oh no.
That's funny.
That
Intimidation factor straight down.
No, not for Mike Perry. I think as soon as I see him yell during that walkout entrance, it's how it would go. I'm there on the other side, like, okay, let's go. I'm ready to beat his ass. Is this pussy playing Beyonce? And then he starts getting hyped to it, and you're like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Piss him off more.
Yeah.
It's like I'm thinking one of two things. If I'm the other guy, like either now he is pissed and I should be scared, or he's just that ballsy and I should be scared.
Now, if you're the promotion, are you firing this entrance guy, the dude who sets all this up?
Nah, it's gotta be. You have to be more specific. Like you say, I want that conversation was so bad. Like guaranteed, Mike was just like, "Hey, I want the Halo theme song."
Oh, that's probably
Had to have been.
exactly.
If you wanted the Beyonce one, clearly he didn't even think about that other one.
No, I don't. This guy had to have not played video games at all, because if I'm in the UFC scape and a man who punches other people in the face messages me they want the Halo theme song, my mind isn't going to Beyonce. Like, I'd fire him personally. I'd actually give Mike Perry, should I fire this dude or not? You're the one that had to live with it.
That's where I was gonna go. I was gonna be like, I'd leave the final decision up to him. If he's cool with it, he make do with it and whatever. Just give him
Take a gut shot to Mike Perry and we won't fire you.
I mean, it's unfortunate because your job is televised to millions of people, but everybody messes up at the job even once. Like, it sucks that it happened to you and you caused this fighter to get mad.
Yeah. If you listen to the commentators, they at the end they're making a joke like, he chose the song, he forgot which one he chose. He didn't choose this song.
I just love an alternate punishment for the dude. Just let Mike give him a free shot.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Mike would do it too. He'd be like, "You son of a bitch! You made me walk out there with that."
Cooper flinching, bitch.
I just love how he's like, "Let's go!" After he acknowledged the fact that the song was completely wrong.
Yeah, you gotta cut him a break. Like, well, it is what it is. It happened. You can't take it back. It's televised, which means it's now on YouTube. Everybody's clipping it already.
It is kind of like a golden mistake.
It's immortalized. It's there forever, no matter how much you try.
Got tons of content from it. And Mike Perry, it's not like he can stop walking out and go fix the issue right there. He didn't care. He's in there to kick some ass. It's either going to be that guy or the dude standing in the ring.
yeah, it is what it is. Like, you just let it happen and move on.
Like you said, wrong song, but I'll still kick his ass.
So, what would be your walkout songs?
Ooh. I don't know. I wouldn't have one. I switch
Probably
it up
Little
every week.
Einsteins.
Okay, this week, what would be your
Or
walkout?
the backyard against.
The what? The backyard against?
From your
Yeah, the backyard against.
The backyard against.
I was just thinking.
Hi, I'm Pablo, and then he pops up.
I was just
I'm
thinking,
Shaniqua.
The bubble guppies. Mine would be, it's time for lunch. What time is it?
It's time for lunch. Corey's coming out to the ring and he's hungry.
The lunchbox.
He's got a stand.
Oh, man.
What about you, Sean? I could see some screamo in your entrance. Like some blood-curdling corn.
I was thinking like Linkin Park.
Which one? Some sad ones or the harder ones?
No, just like in the end or something.
Park where they're more angry and just
hybrid theory type of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
R.I.P.
like
Chester Bennington.
like something like One Step Closer or some shit like that.
Yeah. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, right. It'd be some Evanescence.
Right.
Wake me up!
Wake me up inside. I can't wake up.
Some of that shit hits pretty hard. Okay, I'm not.
I have no idea. A different song Evanescence sings except for that one. I swear on everything. I've totally been in like 20 movies we watched growing up. But Brandon, what about you?
Outside of backyard games,
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that, Brian.
If I have to not walk out to that one,
I have to choose something different than what's on Nickelodeon.
yeah, if they don't
Nickelodeon's
let
got
me
a
use
copyright
that-
issue. We can't do that.
probably
He's like
Inside the Fire by Disturbed.
No, that's a
yeah,
good
I was
one.
gonna say
That's a
he's
good
like
one.
an Avenged Sevenfold,
Yeah.
like
Nightmare or some shit like that.
country.
See, I'd
where
walk
they
out
start
to like
screaming real fast.
1 week by Bare Naked Ladies. It's been
Oh
1
my-
week since you looked at me. I'd walk into
I
the,
haven't heard that shit.
the ring
So,
white as possible.
See, I was thinking like some Kid Rock, like I'm a cowboy, baby. I'm not a
oh my
cowboy.
god.
If I was Cerrone, that's what I'd be walking out to.
Jan Bohovic last week, yesterday, he had the whole cowboy outfit rocking. If he would have, I'm a cowboy, baby. Or I picture away.
Oh god,
Some
never
crazy-
again. I am so tired of that one. Honestly, I'd probably walk out to some Green Day.
Oh, that's a good one too. Boulevard of Broken Dreams would be a great one to walk out to.
I think it's like some
Holiday.
Hey or Reject, like some of the old, some of the slightly older shit.
Yeah, we got some better than I thought. We started off with Backyard again, but advanced to some actually good stuff. But
I was gonna say I'd switch it up. I'd walk out to like some Creed.
oh,
God, open.
under the sunlight.
They're coming back.
Yeah.
They are. I swear to God, they are. Creed's coming back.
So is Nickelback too.
Creed is coming back. Like for real, they're back together
What?
on tour. This I don't know if it's this year or
Triforce of
next year.
Suckage is back. Yay. Creed, Nickelback, and friggin' Limp Bizkit.
Hey, Limp Bizkit had some dope stuff,
Hey, let's
Way
be
back when,
honest.
but they went
Everybody
downhill.
Everybody
hard.
hates on Nickelback.
but they're phenomenal.
They're not that bad.
I put on a song, you'll sing it with it. I guarantee.
Song from who?
Nickelback.
I mean, they're all the fucking same, so
It's fun.
I don't need to know the name of the title of the song. I just know the lyrics somehow.
to be fair, in a lot of ways, they're like it's kind of a similar thing with AC/DC. Like a lot of their shit sounds the same.
I
If you
just
like it,
think
sound
they're
cool, but
they're easy to hate on because everybody else is doing it.
I just don't like him because like he even admits that the like their most popular songs, like he wrote it as a formula to get airplay.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Sorry, Sean, I didn't mean to cut you off. But if you saw what I was seeing,
Okay, I'm curious now. What the hell?
I'm trying to prep for the next one, and since we're sharing computers, Corey's like, "What the fuck?"
he just ruined my entire history, and now I'm gonna get some weird ads.
Yeah, I'm worried about my algorithm too when I go home.
That's why you go in incognito mode or use a VPN. Damn it! Like,
Yeah,
God.
that's his fault.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
He took the reins and messed it up.
Okay, this was just something I don't even know how I stumbled upon this. I really don't.
Just screen share the image
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
just
doing.
let them say. Let it sit.
Yep. Let me know if you guys
Are on the market.
would use this.
I know,
I got Doritos.
That ain't me.
Premium membership.
Okay, what kind of sick freak would you want to get penetrated by that Squidward looking one over there on the right?
Okay,
Speaking of,
to be fair,
they're
there's
on.
whole categories on those things on certain sites that I will not name.
It's got a human tip.
I thought about showing these pictures, and I swear I have them at my house. I just didn't email them to me. I cropped the tips off of them because I was like, "Oh, you two might not want the tips on these."
They might
Be like, "Hey, what's your point?" They're not showing theirs.
be product placement, I guess.
Okay, one, I had these named. The one clear to the right, the green with the eyes, I named that one Squilliam the Squirter.
Squilliam. What's up with the dragon eye in the back? First of all, that's dope.
It does look
The
dope.
dragon eye is awesome.
hit these guys up,
You'll
not,
shut-
not for
you'll
the
shut up
toys,
and walk
but
around
for
with
their marketing on their visual side. The eggplant looking one in the back, once you go to that, no human is going to be appealing to you.
I mean,
You know what I mean? Like you're dropping a grapefruit inside you.
It's so.
The one clear to the left with the blue and silver, that looks like a lighthouse to me.
Castaway Bay.
don't guide you to something, man.
I mean, imagine being a girl. Don't, but hypothetically, put yourself in a girl that uses these for a year on end, and then you try to go to a man. You're like, I don't feel it without the suckers on it. You know what I mean? Like no human can compare because it ain't got 35 suckers strategically centered around the base of the lighthouse. All right, I'm done screen sharing this.
There is actually like a tentacle one where you put a bunch of lube into. You put it's like an alien tentacle. You put eggs into, like not
You get
chicken
impregnated
eggs,
by an alien,
like
yeah.
alien eggs, whatever
Large
those would
brown
be.
eggs.
Yeah, grade A. But and then you just lube them up, put them in you, and then insert the eggs. So the appeal is to get impregnated by an alien.
Imagine the content. Imagine the content side of that, though. There's no video out there to where a woman impregnates herself with some grade A eggs, and then later on you see her lay the eggs. It's all part of the fetish.
You're telling me all over these porn sites, Pornhub.
Well, that's
don't even.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on this one.
Go ahead, let us use your phone.
How quick you want a virus?
I got 3, but I mean on your phone. But what would you guys do if your girl was caught with a creature cock?
Honestly, I don't even care.
You know, Sean don't even care. He's like, you go get yourself a tentacle. Yes, queen.
I wouldn't even. I
whatever
wouldn't even know how to react.
Shit. Ain't hurting me none. As long as you ain't trying to use it with me, I'm good.
But at least men, our vice, we have our hand or something resembling a human woman. Silicone butt, some silicone titties. We're not out there.
First of all, that's wrong. Every game designer has, in the history of games, who is male, designs female characters different than women do.
But they resemble humans. These ones have no resemblance to a human wiener.
True. Well, the first one with the tip did. Yeah,
that's true. We don't have eyes on our pubic areas, but
that girl be hearing the call of Cthulhu.
yeah, the call of Cthulhu.
What is this video, man? Oh God,
dude. We're not going to be able to post this on YouTube.
I was just about to say, like, it was all good until I seen that. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
I just forgot.
We have to blur him out of the background.
Because they do ask if kids appear in your video.
I know. I didn't even think of that. Well, occasionally. He literally pops up. Okay. That's what we were just talking about. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
perk up,
curious.
like, whoa, wait a minute.
Start getting those weird ads, dude.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh. Let me revert to the list because I had some other. They're out there.
So, Sean, you said you had a time. You said you had a topic, Sean. What was your topic?
Man, I don't even know at this point. I am.
All
My
right.
brain is short circuiting. I don't know.
We'll stay on the weird looking dick topic, but I was thinking about this the other day. Don't know why, but really, I want to know if it's a good or bad thing. Would you guys do it? We all would. I know that. But then, like, when you get down and really think about it, would you? Post-apocalyptic sex. And think about it. Everywhere you look, there's danger. You bend a girl over and you guys got 5 minutes. Let's hurry up before we die. You know what I mean? That adrenaline. You think it's going to be a phenomenal time. Think of the
an everyday
smell in
thing for me.
post-apocalypse, though. Nobody can shower.
But it's the same for everybody. Like everybody smells. And first of all, you can if you have any kind of river or water. Like it's not like you'll never see water again.
Sounds hot, but then when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, no, that sounds awful. I like my sex in a bed, a clean bed, not on a rusty burning car or something.
Well, that's not where you would be anyway.
Or a dilapidated shack you're gonna have to
Yeah.
stay through the night.
Yeah,
Don't have a choice.
Zombies are kicking in the front door. Let's go. We got 2 minutes.
Exactly.
I'll have a minute and a half left over.
We got 2 minutes. That leaves a minute and a half to get the hell out of here. So hot or not?
Not. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna do it because you're a human, but
you're gonna do it, but you're not gonna like it. That's one of those ones where you're clapping from the back. You just like, oh.
At the same time, okay, couple things at the same time. If like in this situation, like if everyone's gonna be a little bit raunchy, people probably gonna get a little nose blind to it for one. So it ain't gonna be probably not as gonna be as gross as you think or in your head. And two, the only way that I would probably do that is if like I knew like I'm dead in 5 minutes. Like they ain't no like there's no fucking chance.
But then human instinct takes over, and that's what you want. I mean, you're doing it regardless.
I caught a whiff of you a town over. Let's go.
Oh my god!
What about you, Brandon? You're gross. Would you do it?
Damn.
A little nasty.
Yeah, I'm clapping cheeks.
Yeah,
of course you are.
Brandon would have no problem with it whatsoever. He's taking up everyone's scrap. You don't want to? Okay, come with me. Don't worry about washing that out.
It's gonna be some Fallout shit. He's gonna be trying to clap some mutant cheeks.
Yeah.
Hey, cheeks are cheeks.
Cheeks are cheeks. Okay. Yeah, just something I thought about. I was like, ooh, that'd be a hot porn, like the setting of like post-apocalyptic, you know what I mean? Like they have stepson and mom and dad, all that stuff. What if a genre was post-apocalyptic? And then I was like, that'd be kind of hot. And then I'm like, no, it wouldn't be. When you really think about it, you're like, no, probably not.
The danger,
that's why it's a
danger
fantasy genre.
aspect, all of that, all like the riskiness of it. That's the hot part.
And that's what I was thinking. Like everywhere you look, you're like danger, 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 cheeks. Like,
Oh my god.
Okay, I just wanted your guys' opinion, hot or not, but okay, I get it.
He's like, I could see both sides of the fence.
Yeah, for real. Like you may talk a big game, but then when it comes down to it, your head's creeping down there, and you're like, woo, never mind, I'm awake. I wanted to ask you guys what you guys think about overpopulation as well. Way out there, way off subject, obviously. Well, post-apocalypse, we're going to have to repopulate the world, so that got me on repopulation. Overpopulation. Do you guys think overpopulation is a thing, yes or no?
Yeah.
What, like, does it exist today?
Yeah.
Or is it a real thing? Obviously, it's a real thing. Like, it's a thing that could happen. Or are you saying, is it a thing that is happening now?
Well, kind of both. Is it a thing that's happening now? And will it ever be an issue? You know what I mean? Like, we have so much land on this earth that we haven't done anything with. Doesn't mean farms can't be started and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, but we haven't done nothing because like you can't grow corn in the Sahara Desert.
yeah, there's certain things we'd have to change what do they call it? Changing the actual
climate?
landscape, changing the landscape of the soil and everything to make it fertile ground. There's something terraforming.
Terraform, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we could do with that on our own world.
We're already changing the climate anyways. So
Yeah, oh yeah, that's inevitable. It's ours. But like, think about it. You think of all the issues we have out in this world. Is overpopulation really a problem? Like, I get feeding people has always been a problem. No matter how many people we have on this earth, feeding them has always been an issue.
I think with the science that we have and technology that we have today, it's becoming less of a problem.
Yeah.
Because now they're trying to lab grow meat, which will be a thing in the next, year or so.
Exactly. We can clone animals in today's science. So like, overpopulation, I think if we had that issue to begin with, sciences would solve it right away. And two, I kind of didn't want to go down this route, but it's the only route I could think of. Unlimited amounts of babies for all these perverts to do whatever they want with.
Where did that come from?
It's a huge thing, though. Tons of different religions believe that they can stay young by young blood.
Oh, drinking the blood of
yeah,
babies.
We've all heard these theories, and we know today 100% when people get Botox and stuff, you know what they're shooting them up with?
I can't afford
Like
Botox.
skin cells and stuff like that from the tips, foreskin.
Is that true?
That's 100% true. Look up collagen and stuff. It comes from all that stuff.
Says tips of penises.
Remember, we used to make the joke years ago because Peyton Manning had to leave the United States to have a certain surgery done where they were putting fetuses, baby fetuses, like embryos and stuff like
Yeah, we just call them baby neck.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a huge science to where we can take stuff from something young and renew ourselves. I don't know the whole science behind it. I'm just a conspiracy theorist nut. But you're not really a conspiracy theorist nut when the sciences are right in front of us in everyday stuff, everyday things.
I have a scientific question. What's in the tips of penises that aren't in anywhere else in your body?
Yeah, why do they want it so bad? We're born with it, and they just like, you can't have that. We're taking it.
They're not going to use this. Someone will.
Yeah. When my last kid was born, a year and a half ago, when we had the circumcision done, I wanted to be in the room. I was honestly just curious about like
what kind of suitcase they put it in.
What's it look like? Do they just dispose of it, to be honest, and stuff? Like, or do they put it in a little baggie? You look like they're keeping it for somebody. You know what I mean? That's what I was really concerned about. And then I asked the doctor, I was like, hey, well, can I go with him? And she was like, no. You don't want to see that. I was like, people watch surgeries. Legit surgeries.
I just saw a child come out of my wife.
Right,
2 seconds ago.
Exactly. But yet for some reason I can't watch my kid's wiener.
Don't
Extra skin
that.
gone. It's a surgery. I'm his father. I want to know how he's doing through the surgery, right? But for some reason this I can't see. But I can see a human squeeze out of another human.
But
also be encouraged to look.
It's
like
not
the doctors are like, you want to look? You want to look? Like, no.
And then you give me the scissors to cut the cord.
Yeah, exactly. You got me participating.
But like open heart surgery, it's not like you can be a spectator on that.
Other doctors can, but
you're not a doctor.
I'm his father.
Thank God.
Like, I should be able to at least watch over my son to make sure they're not doing any diabolical stuff with his foreskin.
Like the doctors are pinky in the brain.
That's the name of the episode. Diabolical foreskin.
I'm pretty sure this video is unpostable.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, not at all. We have not even gone close to an edge.
This might be like a
Did you write that down?
Stuff like that, man.
Diabolical foreskin. Corey, write that down.
Yeah. I think.
That sounds like a fucking tattoo shop.
If one of the topics of this video involved like superheroes and stuff, just split the difference. Fantastic foreskin.
There we go. The fantastic foreskin.
Oh my god.
But for real though, that's why I wanted to go in and see. I want to see how this thing was prepped. Or is it just like cut it off, throw it away, get rid of it?
Dude, it's definitely cut it off, throw it away. Because what you see like the end of a belly button when a kid grows up, it's all like crusty and falls off of the body.
Yeah, but we're not keeping it in some goop. I'm sure they take that skin, keep it in some goop, break it down into a different material, and use it. They inject it into their face to make them stay young.
Dude, I don't think they're doing none of
I'm
that.
telling you.
I think they Kobe that thing from a side.
Jamie, look it up. We have a Jamie?
We don't have a Jamie.
I'm looking.
Corey's like, who the fuck is Jamie?
We looked it up. It's
Yo, my search history is straight out the door.
That's why I got a VPN, so I ain't got to deal with that. As far as they know, I'm in China.
Oh, I didn't even see the autofill type. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. In fact, the active ingredient in Oprah touted skin, what?
No, I don't know what that is.
Skin cream from Skin Medica uses foreskin fibroblasts that are used to grow and cultivate new cells. Just one foreskin is said to be able to grow these cells for decades. I told you, it's something about the collagen. They break it down into a thing called collagen or something like that. I listened to an interview with a actress. Who was it? It was a famous actress. What do doctors do with leftover foreskin? It's the same questions I had, dude. I was trying to figure this out in person. I was going undercover. Are sometimes sold to biotech labs. They ain't Kobe-ing this from across the doctor's room into a waste bin. They're stealing this up in a baggie, like I said, and shipping it out. Young skin is ideal for researching skin for burn victims, insulin manufacturer, and also making skin cream for ladies.
See, these are questions that I wish I was smart enough to get answers to.
Yeah.
What do you need foreskin for insulin?
Why does it matter if it's a Korean baby?
It's
Real questions.
Like for the burn victims, I get that. You know, research the skin. How do we basically replicate it so we can use it for more skin? Insulin, I don't know where that goes. Like that's something you inject in your body when your sugar's low or something.
Right, exactly.
I don't even know.
7 surprising things circumcised foreskins are actually used for. Stimulating hair growth. I'm telling you, it's all about growth. It's growth of it. And whatever we can induce it into our body and consume. I don't even know how.
I need a doctor or who's the really smart. She's not a doctor.
Say, your wife upstairs is probably the most educated one out of everyone here.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. We need him.
We need Dr. Drew.
No,
you ever seen Dr. Drew? I
yes.
love Dr. Drew. I have a lot of problems though, so I think he can solve them. But what you guys have been pretty quiet. Brandon, what are your thoughts on foreskins? Hot or not?
Look at your eyes.
It has to go up.
Like keeping them or using them for stem cells or whatever.
What do you think about using them for stem cells?
We're keeping them.
You ain't got yours. Yeah. Do you regret the decision? Yeah. Oh, that's a great point, dude. Mom robbed us. We could have grown our own foreskin and sold it to a lab ourselves.
Grew it.
We could have kept it and sold it somewhere.
Yeah,
like, hey, you're looking a little old. You want my foreskin? Keep you young for decades.
And I got more. I haven't cut it off yet.
As a man, these women are taking away our leverage, chopping it off at birth.
Cody's
Fair, there are
life, liberty,
operations where you can get that
and
shit restored.
shit.
So
America.
yeah, you can. There are operations where you can get that shit restored.
Restored.
Yeah,
you can't get it restored. That ain't yours.
Yes,
going
you
back
can.
on.
you can.
You got Kevin's skin on your wiener.
I don't know where they get the skin from, but there are operations where they
Other
have
foreskin.
restored people who have been.
It don't matter if it's someone else's. I don't want it. It's like wearing someone else's boxers.
I don't know if it's
do.
like, I don't know if it's treated like a skin graft kind of thing or whatever.
That makes
I
the
didn't
most
care
sense.
enough to
Oh,
look
yeah,
into
they
the
could.
details because I don't want that to happen.
Take a little bit off your calf and put it on the tip of your wiener.
Take the big toe portion. The skin's already rough. It's calloused up enough.
What are you, Tarzan? Callous stuff.
You ain't got calluses on your toes.
What do I look like? Do I walk through the desert?
You look like a
No.
human that wears shoes.
That wears shoes.
Oh,
You know, he's
maybe
like,
I'm not human.
the bottom of my feet are soft.
You don't want to see my big toe. It's a thing of nightmares. I'd rather go back to those creature cocks.
This is a real sciencey episode.
Oh yeah.
You're asking the important questions. I'm glad
Somebody needs to, man.
glad you took the reins.
Some people are just out here living in life, just coasting. And while I'm coasting, I see something that flags it. Woo!
We're getting flagged.
I had 2 kids with foreskins removed, and now I'm wondering where it went.
I'm here to
Conspiracy theory.
Get a montage of me hunting it down in the background. You have that song, "Where'd you go? I miss you so." Seems like you've been gone forever. Please come back home.
Hello there.
I can see the episode title right now. Just the tip.
Oh no, the episode is diabolical foreskin for sure. Like,
Oh my god.
You know, that is kind of nice though.
I mean, these are just the things that pop up in my head. Like Corey said, the important things. And right next to these things, it's like the typical, where are my kids going to go to college? That type of stuff.
Oh, you said typical. Yo, these ideas are just coming to me as you're talking. That's
Right
beautiful.
off the tip.
Just your typical episode.
Yeah. As soon as he said it, I was going to I'm like, damn it. That's where you write shit down.
Tipless episodes.
Just
Not your typical Friday.
that's beautiful. That's it. We've solved the case. Go on. One case.
I'd say it's not solved. So if you guys have any idea, leave your comments. Leave an email I can get back to you at. Just kidding.
Call it tipple.
Call the tip hotline about my, if you have any information on my tip.
Have the thumbnail just be like a missing poster.
Missing. Wanted. Dead or alive.
Wanted poster. Oh
These are
god.
phenomenal. We should go out there and start hanging posters. Wanted, reward, offering reward if found.
Have you seen?
This is a computer simulated picture of what my foreskin would look like 30 years later from when we last seen it. This is too great. Why is no one writing this down? Some Hollywood producer is going to steal these ideas.
It'll be a next supernatural episode.
I mean, to be fair, South Park did
Missing
an episode
foreskins
where
all
they
over
grew-
Iowa, Nebraska.
To be fair, that South Park did an episode where they grew a penis for Mr. Garrison on a rat. So, I mean, pretty like I feel like it's pretty close to saying South Park already did it.
No, were you kidding me? Trey Parker and Matt Stone could use this knowledge that I have. Inside
God.
knowledge.
Have
Oh,
you
dude, they've
seen
done an
the
episode
writers'
on
room?
every
They got
little
some weird
thing.
shit going through there, man. Like, it's,
Oh,
It's like The Simpsons. They've done everything because they've been on for as long as we've been alive.
right.
Oh, that's funny.
From overpopulation to
Speaking of South Park, the restaurant that they have, those two own a restaurant, they have eliminated tips at their restaurant and are paying the servers a livable wage. I don't know what it is, whether it's $15 or if it was $20, but I know it's pretty good. But they have eliminated tips.
there we go. They have the smart ideas we've already seen. Now they're implementing the smart ideas. One of the only people I know that's that big that would be for something like that, because you mentioned tips should go away in America, and you're looked at like a bum, a hobo, a third-class citizen because you don't believe in tipping. You're just a piece of crap. It's not that I don't believe in it. I think it's ridiculous concept.
pay people.
I don't get paid if I do my job a little quicker. You know what I mean? My boss isn't handing out there like, hey, you did that pretty quick. Here's a $5. That don't work. Just wager. You need to wager your own value. If you feel you're worth $4 an hour, and then whatever family comes in, you have to make them happy enough to provide for your living.
But then you look at the ones that are really good and bring home, say, 150, 100, 175 bucks a night just in tips.
That's true. It's a give and take. One, it's awesome if you can pool that much money. However you do it, pull that much money. It's usually women waitresses because we all know why they get bigger tips. But you can't turn around and complain the next day saying, oh, this family stiffed me.
Yeah.
You can't do that, because then you should be complaining about anyone who over tips you. You should be like, oh, well, they over tip me. It's not the percentage. It's not a good percentage. You should have left me $5 for your bill. You can't complain about one and not the other. You got to take the good and the bad if you're working for tips.
Okay, I kind of disagree. You can complain about bad tips if it was bad customers. Like if they treated you like shit and you went the extra mile for them, yeah, you can complain about that shit.
See, I don't agree. You signed up for it. You know what you signed up for. Every waitress and their mother, father, grandfather, the whole family knows what you're signing up for when you be a waiter or waitress. You're dealing with public, and you're relying on public as a handout, essentially. To whereas every other job in humankind, you get tipped extra on top of what you're already getting paid to do the job. Like as a cook, I was getting paid $15 an hour, which was more than minimum wage. I was fine working hourly. If somebody came back and gave me a 20 or something because it was good food or something, cool, awesome. But I cannot expect it, nor would I accept a job where you have to.
You split tips.
Yeah. Like it's unfathomable to me. And you see all these, it's just ditzy people will get these jobs anyway, so they can complain and feel like.
Okay. See, on the other hand, though, there are a lot of people who that's their only option. Like my mom was a waitress for most of my childhood. She worked at like Waffle House and shit like that. And so like
it's her only option because we've made it her only option.
Well, I'm not saying it was
normal like the rest of the world.
I'm not saying it was her only option, but she was damn good at it. But
no, I'm not saying. I'm saying like if she could have been a waitress and tipping wasn't a thing, she would have had less stress because she knows she's going to work for hourly.
Yeah.
It's not about how happy she made this one individual. It's about her doing her job.
Yeah. No, I agree on that. I agree on that front. I'm just saying, like, with the system as it is now, I feel you have the right to complain people are shitty to you with that.
And if you're complaining, I feel you should not complain about the people leaving the tip. Complain about your employer for not paying you a livable wage, wage without tips.
I mean, I agree with that, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to give them hell for feeling some type of way about being stiffed by people who treat them like crap. Either bad customers or bad managers. Both of them suck.
It's something in our culture for some reason.
I don't.
In America,
I would prefer no tipping and having a livable wage, but
that's why we're in this, because mainly women. Men don't have the history of doing this, really. Settling. If women just said, no, you keep all the tips. Every tip that comes in, you keep it. You pay me hourly. Because my job doesn't change on the hour. I'm not going to get faster for this family than this family. That's not how it should work. It's just, you go down this rabbit hole of bad work ethic as a waitress. And it's not their fault. That's how they're incentivized to work because of how the system is set up.
So at that point, you make it not about the tip itself. You make it about the size of the tip. You would have to figure out a way to like grade your service, and according on your grade, that's how much you tip. Like everybody who gave it an A+ tips them 15%. I don't know what that would be. 15% of their bill. Everybody who graded them a D would give them, 3%. You hear that? Feel like Daffy Duck over here.
Sound like you're from that fucking Bikini Bottom or something like that. What's going on, guys?
But yeah, I mean, there's different ways you would have to look at it in order to make it all even for everybody.
Yeah. I don't agree with it. And I see it a lot. That's partially half of the reason I got rid of Facebook. All the complainers out there, they'll be the first to complain about a bad tip because this poor broke ass family couldn't afford to leave a $10 tip for you. They shouldn't be eating out anyways if you ain't got the money, blah, blah, blah. But if some rich guy comes and drops 100, you're posting about that, being ecstatic. You're so grateful. Oh, like, why would you want to swing your mood like that based on other people?
Well, it's because it affects you. That's why your mood would swing.
That's what I mean. Like, if you got people tell me this all the time, well, you should see my tips on so-and-so day. Cool, your tips are so-and-so day. That's good. But why are you complaining every fucking Tuesday then? You know what I mean? Like, take the good in the bad. You realize it's there. Quit picking and choosing what you want to complain about.
Wish I had a soundboard. I'd play that. This is America.
Yeah, I know. I think we should do it with the whole system, but it's not. But we're not there yet, and there's too many people fighting back against it because either they're ignorant of the facts of it, or they're benefiting off of the system by paying them less.
Which doesn't mean they can't. That's why I mean tipping should be an extra. You already got what's yours. You've already done the job. You've earned your hourly pay or salary, whatever. If somebody feels generous enough to give you extra money, that's awesome. Like I said, I didn't even work in a tipping business, and you get tips occasionally. That's awesome. But no, we do not depend on it or expect it. And that's their problem, is they start expecting a certain thing. And the only one they should be complaining about is their boss, because they said yes, they signed on the dotted line, agreeing to get paid this way. It's like me getting paid in bananas. And then when the bananas come, I'm just like, well, this ain't right. The dude's like, you signed up for bananas. Like, like, no, you sign up to work for tips, knowing you get paid a pitiful $4 or $5 an hour. And like I said, Sean, some people have to deal with it. They don't have a choice. But I think if we fixed it now, the people of the future, they will have that choice.
And I just hope that they do away with a separate minimum wage for tipped workers, because I just looked it up right now, and like tipped employees is $5.05 an hour.
Exactly.
So
I think it's all just wrong. It's all to cater to the business owner.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, like, regardless if I'm a woman or not, I would never accept a job to where it fluctuates that much. There's no stability. You're relying on other people, not you showing up to work like I do now. As long as I show up to work and do my job, I'm going to get paid the same every time. That's awesome. I would not go like a performance based off of people's generosity. That's just me, though. I think it's a horrible idea for a business.
There's the whole other argument where you also have to look at it like these are like cooks and servers. These are jobs that high school kids and maybe college kids should have. Like it's not a job that warrants, $20 an hour.
I agree. But again, how's that going to affect the work ethic of those kids? They're going to be like, oh, they look poor. I'm not working hard for that table. They ain't got a big tip coming for me anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It instills bad work ethics instead of just go in, get the job done,
go in,
do it right,
do your job.
They're going to pick and choose when they want to kick their ass in gear. Oh, this dude's got a suit and tie.
In my experience, most people.
That's an 8-topper.
Well, I don't know the time, but we can pretty much end it there.
Right. We can end it just like tipping in America.
Tipping
should be safe for strippers and pizza guys.
I feel like I find it kind of funny that we went back full circle back to the tips.
Oh yeah, this whole episode has been based on tips.
Yeah, I said speaking of South Park, I should have said speaking of tips.
Just your typical podcast.
All right, Cody, do the outro.
All right. This was your boys from Manic Minds. You can find Ballers on a Budget, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Brandon, what about you? Where can I find you?
Graveyard, Facebook, and YouTube.
Sean, where you at?
Graveyard on Facebook and YouTube.
Corey?
You can find Sports Beast on Facebook and YouTube, but also don't forget to like and subscribe to the Manic Minds podcast. New episodes coming out every single Friday. Make sure you're watching those, or at least listening to them as well.
We're out. Peace.